everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Football Game here, and today I'm playing some more Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense. So, hello! I do quickly want to say at the beginning of this video, sorry for the week-ish long break. There were some technical issues, and then I got a little sick, so I do apologize if my voice is off. I didn't have a sore throat, but I haven't been talking as much lately, because obviously no videos, so if it sounds a bit weird, it's sounding a bit weird to me now, but I could just be getting used to headphones. So yeah, sorry about that. I apologize. I'll probably end up getting more into detail about that later on in the video, but for now, I just want to get started. So, we are on Necro Candy, as you can see. We are on Candy Fountain. I'm assuming you may or may not know what's happening if you're a fan of the channel. So, we've been doing quite a few Ultra Buff Ally videos throughout the past couple months, I'd say. We did Common, Uncommon, Rare, Super Rare, Epic, Legendary, and I'm like, oh, well, that's all of them, except it's not, because now we have the fabled Martian Ruby Red Rarity. And with it, we have literally one ally to choose from, so of course we have one ally we're going to use. Grub Gob, Glob, Grod himself, the very interesting person, thing, entity, not entirely sure. He's Grub Gob, Glob, Grod, but he's pretty cool. Infinite range, obviously unpredictable. He's basically Vampire King, but a little worse and with lasers, so of course, the perfect person to Ultra Buff right after Vampire King. So really, the big thing that makes him so bad, and I'll be honest about this, is right here in the bottom right in statistics, damage type explosion, which means super great. He can pop lead balloons, so helpful, nice. But the issue is he can't pop black balloons. Why someone that shoots lasers can't pop black balloons and counts as an explosive projectile, I'm not entirely sure, but it means that without someone like Tuxedo Jake, he couldn't pop DTs, which kind of sucks, but obviously we're using Tuxedo Jake because it's an Ultra Buff, so shouldn't be an issue. Beyond that, he's pretty powerful, but he just does a bit less damage and has significantly less attack speed than Vampire King. Like, if you compare this, he has 0.43 attack speed and 2 damage. Overall, similar cost, and if you look at Vampire King for a second, Vampire King has 2 damage and 0.42. Wait, is that identical? Am I crazy? I didn't think their attack speeds were identical. Sorry, my mistake. Apparently Grub Gob, Glob, Grod is slightly faster. Okay, man, I did not know that. Also, why does Grub Gob, Glob, Grod has a range of 10, but has infinite range? Sorry, I'm not meaning to do this right now. I'm just very confused. 6. Whatever, not important. It's just the range of the circle that appears, even though it's not actually a circle. Doesn't matter. Let's take a look at what we're going to be using to buff Grub Gob, Glob, Grod, and then we'll get into the stage. So obviously, Tuxedo Jake, these are very similar trinkets. I don't know why I said trinkets. Very similar trinkets to last time. Most of them on Tuxedo Jake this time. We also have PB, obviously, because PB has a nice, cool upgrade, which is Unwavering Loyalty, Princess Bubblegum's allies attack faster, and also Regal Presence for some extra range, and Pierce, which is kind of helpful. We also have Marceline for some extra attack speed, and the Time Machine, because I decided, sure. Time Machine's nice if you want an extra life. And we have, not Tuxedo, normal Jake, with just his instrument for a bit more attack speed as well. It's less, it's only 7%, but it's not bad, and because this character, like Vampire King, has full map range, we don't really need to worry about where our characters are on the map, so they can be offside of the track, so we're guaranteed to not do any extra damage. And we also do have, we have Warrior PB. Oh, I should actually probably get rid of some of these, not that important. But the main point of Warrior PB is just so we have someone, or so we have some way to get more than one ally, though PB does this as well, so we should end up with 4 Grub Gobs eventually. What I will do with this is we'll see how far 1 can last, and once we use our Time Machine because we lose, then we'll put 3 more down, and we'll see how long 4 can last. Hopefully a decently long length of time. And finally, we have Flame Princess again for an upgrade for Royal Fury, Flame Princess, and nearby allies attack faster. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into the impossible. It's regens, more regens, faster regens, zombies. Those are the rules. Oh, it feels like it's been a long time. And I also feel like I've been talking for a very long time and my voice is very strained all of a sudden. sounds so weird to me. I really hope it doesn't sound that weird to you. So we can't actually start with Grub Gob because it costs $1,600, which is unfortunately a bit more than we can afford. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Cobras. I don't always do this, but I tend to do this if the tower is too expensive. Like, for Tech Terrors, we used Finn, but I believe when we did, what's it called? When we did Vampire King, which is obviously, as I mentioned, a very similar ally, we also use Cobras like this. This is just so, realistically, we can get that character down faster. That's the real point. Cobras do damage and they heal lives, so you don't really lose anything in the long run, which is kind of nice. So we might move them eventually, but for now, the goal is just to get a Grub Gob down as soon as possible. How on earth did we lose? Oh, it's impossible. Right, we have no lives. I forgot about the fact that the lives are non-existent. I'm trying to remember now, honestly, what we did in the last one then. Different approach. What happens if we put the Cobras in actually half-decent spots? Then can we survive? Ooh, actually, extra idea. We'll plop in a Tuxedo Jake as soon as we can. Though not that Tuxedo Jake can do any damage. I'm honestly very confused now. How did we survive before? Except now we're fine. Honestly, yeah, no idea. I'm very confused right now. I'm gonna attempt to get a Grub Gob down as soon as possible. That's the goal. Or that will be the goal. Each Cobra only loses $120, so we don't actually need that much money. In fact, we can already buy Grub Gob if we sell, but I'll probably try to wait till next turn, if that's an option. Or we can just get, one more money crate and, Bloon. Laser beams, please fix this. Let us win. Okay, Grub Gob is here. You're being sold. Monkey Farmer down. Move Tuxedo Jake over here. I'm gonna move my Cobras over next. I'm trying to rearrange this defense. Except I did that mid-round because I think we were about to lose, which kind of sucked. Okay, so that was not as big of a deal as I thought it would be, which is great, but that was still not great. Yeah. Oh, that became far more complicated than it needed to be. That's good. We have Cobras, we have our damage, we have Tuxedo Jake. We're gonna work on some more money making with Tuxedo Jake's upgrades. I'm gonna turn auto start back on because I accidentally turned it off then. I think we're good to survive a bit now. I really hope so. So we'll get royalties, we'll get musician, and then we'll probably at least upgrade Grub Gob, and then we'll start going for some other buffs, which should be nice. We do technically have a 20% attack speed boost, which is also helpful. Okay. Man, it's always weird. The invisible lasers are very annoying sometimes. Sometimes they're just very, very annoying. Also, we can afford both of these money-making upgrades, and I had not even realized. Well, let's get our advanced laser upgrades first, I guess. That's a weird animation. He just spins his head in all sorts of weird circles, and it's very strange looking. Yeah, I've never really realized that his animation looked like that. Whatever, I guess. So weird. And then he just, punches the ground, or... It almost looked like he taps Tuxedo Jake on the head every single time he does that. No idea what's happening there. But there we go. So fully upgraded. Obviously, we still have a lot more buffs to go. But fully upgraded is definitely a good start. So let's then go for... I think PB can be placed there. Let's go for PB. And then we will go for Warrior PB over here, sure. We need normal Jake. Black Bloons. Completely forgot Black Bloons existed here. I didn't mean to do that either. We cannot afford this upgrade. We need to sell someone expensive and who has money. And I have to restart. I'm gonna see you on round 16. I messed up. Okay, yeah, so I'll see you on round 16. I cannot believe I did that. Okay, so it's round 17, right after, I guess, when we died. I did buy Inspiring Melody, so we can indeed pop Black Bloons now. I actually did that last minute, I'm now realizing, but whatever. We did it, and it's round 19. That was very, very quick. Okay. But yeah, so we have that. We'll buy the final upgrade for Grub Gob now. Now we can go for all of our buffs. So yeah, sorry about that bit of I guess you're right back where you are 2 seconds later. Really, it's just sorry for me. But no, so we're back, and we're obviously making some progress now. We'll get all of our upgrades. Unfortunately, or not really unfortunately, but there are quite a few characters here that we need to place, and I don't williness. Man, I really am having a hard time talking today. I do apologize. I know I've apologized a ton already, but I'm just trying to get used to it. This is the first time recording in like a week for a week-long break, which hasn't happened in a long time. So I'm not quite used to it. It's very strange for me. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I do definitely apologize about that, even though I know I've done it. I've said that so many times already today. I'm just gonna say it again. Okay, I think we might actually be mostly good. Is there any upgrades I have to buy for any of these people that I didn't buy already? I don't think so. I'll buy that. I always do. Sure. Oh, musical one. That one's kind of important and also kind of calmed by my saliva, maybe, but not enough. Then it's Lemon Hope, and I believe Lemon Hope is the final buff, I think. I believe then we are good to just see how far our first and currently only Grub Gob can go, though we do have a second Lemon Hope, so I mean, you know, why not? Never hurts to have an extra one. And then I guess I might as well just buy these upgrades here, like won't rule and work on those kinds of upgrades, just so we have the option to add the extra allies when need to, and stuff like that. Though I haven't actually seen Bloons on screen for a while, which is a pretty good sign. I've seen a couple of pop-in animations here, but I haven't seen the Bloons actively on screen, so that's definitely a good sign. Born True, man, we're making a lot of money right now, so I guess it's a very good thing, but very fast. So we'll go for the Cope upgrades now too, so get Monkey Stim. Not that helpful in the current situation, because we really only have the attack speed abilities, but still might help, so never hurts to have it. Okay, that was a bit worse. Round 41, so next round we have the first Moab. Moab? Is there 2 Moabs? At least one Moab, I think it might be 2. So we'll see how well Grub Gob does against a Moab, which I'm not super sure about. I am a little nervous. I believe Vampire King... Okay, that actually went really well. I believe Vampire King beat the Bad Balloon. I don't know if Grub Gob will. I haven't really seen a true test of Grub Gob, I guess. And this is pretty impressive. I'll definitely say that. But like 4 times his popping power could be pretty insane. It's hard to know. I tested an army of them, and yes, they lost to a DT because they didn't have black popping power, but I tested like easily 30 of them, and they were mostly ultra buffed in the Martian games, and they didn't actually do all that well. They did a lot worse than Martin, which isn't necessarily that bad of a sign, but I don't know. I'm not super, I don't know. I don't have a ton of confidence for them. So hopefully Grub Gob will do a pretty good job with multiple and with actual buffs, like all the buffs this time. And hopefully it was just the DTs were annoying, which I definitely see being the case. With full map range, a fast balloon it's kind of annoying. Though I guess it really doesn't matter how big your range is with a fast balloon. Speed wouldn't really affect how long you have on that. Pierce seems like it's becoming an issue though. Which, yeah, a big issue. That's a lot of balloons. And the zombies are getting farther and farther. They're making it closer to our exits, and we lost. Was that meant to be our time machine? I can't tell. I guess that was the time machine? We lost? It's round 52. Wait a second. It's round 52. Okay, just double checking. In my mind, I'm thinking, wait, 52? Is it round 52 or round 53 that BFB comes? Believe it's next round. It is now time, though, to get the other Grub Gobs. So we will set those up immediately. Hopefully, this will be a pretty insane boost. It kind of sucks, though. It's honestly a little too bad that we just lost to hordes of balloons. I think it's happened before. Also, you were outside of the range of Tuxedo Jake, which is unacceptable. No. Wait, yes. No. Was. It's hard to tell for sure, but the price indication's a bit of a clue. I don't know if all of these are in range of all of them. I think all the Grub Gobs are in range of all the buffs. Now we just need to give the Lemon Hope buffs. So we can't double stack anymore, unfortunately. I'm just trying to double check which of these are actually getting the buff. No, I did Warrior PB there. I think at the end, once they're actually buffed, they have the weird, like, aura effect. Like, they have a weird, like, music notes that fly above their head. I think that's how you know Lemon Hope's buffed. Also, we're alive this time and we survived, so that's cool. Where's the BFB? Come on, BFB. Show us your power. I'm assuming that was the BFB because it's now around 54. Pretty good. So weird looking, their head shaking. The BFB dead, we actually saw that one, which is cool. What is going on with their heads? There's flashing lights coming out of their hands. Can someone explain this? Does this make sense? I know the idea is that Grub Gob's like using this like controlling this like motion laser beam satellite thing. But what is he doing? He's shaking his head weirdly, flapping his arms, and shooting light out of, what is that, his right arm, I think? I don't know, I guess he has 4 heads and his heads rotate, so there's no real right or left. Or I guess front or back. Front or back, which would determine the right or left. Very weird. That was a big break. So they only do that when attacking. Otherwise they stand still. Honestly, I don't know. ZMG times ZMG, BFBs, Moabs, okay, yeah, no, definitely Pierce. Ignoring my mumble jumbling at the end there. It was definitely a Pierce problem, because they pretty much melted that ZMG layer, but once it got down to the Moabs and ceramics, that's when it started to struggle. Which is really too bad, because that kind of sucks, obviously. I guess I'll go for all of these buffs. They don't really matter, but might as well. I suppose I can. It never hurts to have a bit of an extra attack speed boost. But honestly, I'm feeling a bit better now that we did beat the ZMG. I'm definitely nervous for Pierce on, like, oh, like, even that's bad. Rounds like 74 or 75 with all the zombie balloons from 74. Arguably, because round 74 is so long, round 75, if the zombies will actually have more balloons, which combined with regens can lead to a lot of balloons filling the screen, which could be really, really, really bad. Hopefully that won't be the case, but if that is the case, like if that is what happens, that would really suck. Because if we lose to high Pierce, like this, even this for example, just they're not that many balloons, but there's more than enough for us to lose, and it really sucks. Looking at damage count, by the way, the original one has 35,000. All of the other ones are catching up pretty much identical. Oh, sorry, original one has... Is this the original one? Okay, I'm assuming the original one has 120,000, so never mind. They're not catching up, it's simply that I'm looking at the wrong one. But pretty good damage, like, it's definitely impressive. It's a little underwhelming if you compare it to Vampire King, especially since all things considered. Getting each of these allies is actually essentially costs very similar things. If you didn't know, Vampire King, obviously you can get him from Legendary Wish Orbs, but you can also get him when you buy the characters, the premium characters from the Martian games. When you buy Hunter Marcelin, you then unlock a set of maps, and if you get one of their adventure chests, it comes with Vampire King, which is really cool. Did I get that? I think I have collected my Vampire King from that. But technically, you can essentially buy Vampire King for Martian Gems, which is exactly how you buy Grub Gob. Though I guess Grub Gob's slightly cheaper, but obviously Vampire King comes with Hunter Marcelin as well, and the maps, and whatever. The point is, they're kind of similar in a lot of ways, and they're also, getting them is pretty similar, so I feel like they're meant to be pretty comparable, but I feel like Grub Gob's a little bit to a lot worse. But I don't know. I mean, hard to know. I don't use them as much. Round 73, by the way, really good showing with a lot of ZMGs and DETs, and we're fine. Round 74, though, I'm not liking this so far, that we did clear out the big ceramic wave. I think there's only one of those. So that's a really good sign. Question is, look at all those graves. Are we going to be dealing with the aftermath of the ceramic wave? Slow down. Slow things down. Lasers shoot faster. Lasers shoot faster, and we've lost. Okay, so I'm going to do a continue here. I barely afford it, but I will do a continue simply to see bad balloon death. Oh, the bad balloons switch sides. If you didn't know, if you continue on a zombie map, the zombies go away, or the graves go away. Bad balloon wreck, DT's demolished, ZMGs, there's only 2 of them, but even one is a bit of a tricky with all the number of balloons. Can do it. Okay, so, can Grub Gob beat Impoppable? Yes. Can Grub Gob beat Impoppable Ultra Buffed on this map on County Fountain? No. So zombie balloons are an issue with the Pierce. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. With both Vampire King and Glob Grod, I really wasn't expecting Pierce to be the issue, but that is definitely kind of cool. Or not kind of cool, it's just kind of interesting. It's not something I would have expected, and therefore it's kind of cool. So we are actually going to craft an epic workshop because we have more than enough shards to do so, almost enough to craft 2. And we will open this to end off for today. I do want to say a big thank you if you're watching this today, especially if you're watching this not long after it came out. I really do appreciate it. I know it's been a while. I'm so glad you're still here. I apologize for any random nonsense, if the editing's worse than normal, if my voice is a little off, whatever. I'm hoping I'll be able to get back to a mostly normal upload schedule for the next couple days. Don't expect it every day, maybe this next week or so, but hopefully I'll get back to every day very soon. If you have any video ideas for Cook Your Own Kingdom, Bloons Adventure on Tower Defense, whatever, please give them to me. I have a feeling I'm going to have a harder time coming up with ideas until I get back to the flow of things, so having some ideas from you guys would be a big help. But yeah, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!